Yeah, hi. So today, we are going to discuss kind of Java topics. So the Java topics, I segregated Java topics and Playwright topics, and as well as there is a one assignment, so which is related to Playwright basically. So that's what I told you, right? So every session there is a one assignment, so which need to be completed, right? Yeah. So basically today, we'll learn some kind of Java data types. Okay, and on top of the Java data type, so where we can use this where we can use this data types in that constructor level, field level, method level, right? And okay, and there is a one example. So we'll write a one example with using data types, and so there are some conditional operators in Java. So we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, so after that, coming to the playwright topic. So today, so we'll go and deep off what are the locators playwright supports and how to inspect it and how to use them. Okay, and as well as we have completed one of the login screen HRM application login screen. So that day we used to changing the Chrome browser type only, but so we need to use this multiple browser based on the some condition of Java. So which means that day I was changed only that. So in this place, for example here, right? So I changed this browser type as a Chromium or as a Firefox, right? So apart from that, we have to drive our script by using a kind of conditional. So when you pass a Chrome browser, so that time a Chrome browser should open. Suppose based on the conditional match only, we can drive that browser launching scenarios. So that is the topic you are going to discuss, right? So clear about the agenda, right? Yeah. So now let's start with that data types in Java. Okay. So basically, data types, right? Data types in Java. Basically, why we use a data type. Basically, okay. So in a simple manner, I will explain. Suppose we have some kind of data to be managed, right? So in our programming language, not only this programming Java programming language, in any one of the programming language, we have to manage our data, right? So basically, the data and the functions or the behaviors will be followed in the any kind of language. So in terms of Java, so we have kind of two categories like primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Okay, primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So why we use this one? Because so there are some variables we need to store the data. So we need to manage your data, right? You need to manage your data. So based on that size, okay, based on the size, which data to be stored based on the size, a different. Okay, every data type has a different kind of usage and different kind of size. Okay, so different kind of size. So based on that, it was categorized, right? So based on that, it was categorized. So the primarily we have primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So this is very basics one only, but let's see. Okay, so then coming to the non numerical types, there are booleans and character, right? So coming to the numerical type, so subtype we have a like a integer and a float. So byte and short, int, long, right? And also float data types. Okay, float and double. So why we use these things? Suppose you want to store a one numeric value in your Java programming. Okay, so for example here, so there is a value a. Okay, a equal to 10. I want to hold this 10 value. So how do I know? I know that okay, this is a 10 and this is a A, but how the Java program knows is type is before the variable we have to provide like this. So which means this is the data type. So this data type A is a variable which holds some value in that as a 10, right? So this is a 10 value. Okay. So this is the thing. So data type followed by a variable and the value will be assigned. So this is the way we can declare a data types in that. So we call it as in the fields in the section of class level. It is a field. Okay. Suppose I want to store a long data type. So long and int, so b equal to some value of l, something like. So now again you can see that this is the one data. Okay, this is the long is the data type. Okay, long is the data type, and b is a variable where which can hold a 100 l, something like. Okay, so suppose we have a Boolean value. So Boolean is a data type, and b is equal to false or true, for example. So these are the kind of things will be defined, and so why like how they are categorized based on the size. Okay, based on the size. Okay, and coming to the non-primitive data types, there are strings and string and Java. So that we'll discuss later. But today we are focusing on the primitive data types. So what are the primitive data types? In the non-numerical types, we have a Boolean characters. Okay, so Boolean we declare what is the character? CHR. Okay, character C equal to, there is a one character in this one, right? E. So something like. So this is the way we can declare. Suppose the student have a section A. Okay, student. Suppose student referring there is a one student referring to a section A. So what we can do? So section equal to A. Something like we can declare. So why only this character we need to take? Okay, so I'll give some best example. Suppose in real time. Okay, so in the real time, so there are two parkings are allocated. Okay, there are two parking, one for bike. Okay, one for bike and another for car. Okay, so in the one of the apartment, there are two parkings are allocated for you. Okay, so bike parking and car park, right? So there is a bike parking, so you are trying to park your car. Will it possible? No, right? But I we can park like car in the car parking, we can park as a bike. It is possible. So here you think that there is a size differentiation. So there is a size differentiation. Similarly, okay, so bike has some kind of a small area, so which may not fit your car into that particular allocated bike area. Okay, and if you take a car area, the car parking area, which is larger than the bike area. So which means the if you instead of a car, you can park your bike successfully. Okay, so similarly, same thing. So here we have a byte. Okay, byte is a data. Okay, there is a based on the size you can allocate. Okay, byte and short. Okay, there are short and int. So there are every data. Okay, every integer data type has some size. Okay, so what I told you, like I explained the real time scenario, like bike has a small area. Similarly, byte and short has some small areas which has some size, defined size, and long and int has a more size in the sense the more area having. So which means we can store a larger integer values. So that is what it is. Okay, so based on the size and storage of things, the data types are categorized. You got the point? Yes. Now, uh, yeah, let's see the PPTs. We can differ. Yeah, yeah, as I told you, this are right. Yeah. Now you can see this screenshot, this screen, and we'll lens few more things here. Yeah. So what we categorize, right? Yes. So there are 8 data types already defined. Okay, yeah. So now you can see by this screen you come to know what the sizes are, the ranges. So this is a PPT which will help you to understand that default values. Okay, so there is a focus. You must focus on this PPT. I'll tell you the which area you need to focus, and so this is a size, default size, and the size, and there will be a range. Okay, there will be a range. Okay, so now let's talk about the Boolean. So Boolean is a data type. So in the Java, okay, in the Java. So what is the default value of the boolean is always false. Okay. If you not declare, if you not assign false, even though it is a false, basically the default value is a false. And what is the size? Size is a 8 bit. Okay, 8 bit. And our range. The range will be like a true or false only. So, which means a Boolean is a data type in Java which can have only two options to store the value. Either it is a true or false, and what default value is a false. The size is a 8 bit. Got it? Yes. Okay. So this is anytime you have to tell. Okay. So what is the default value? False. Okay. Boolean default value is a false, and the range we can store only two values, either true or false. How do we store? So let me show you here. um, Boolean. Okay, so Boolean is a data type. So let me give the syntax as well. Data type. Okay, data type and variable name. Okay, data type and variable name, and the value. Okay, and the value. Okay, value. Okay, so this is a kind of syntax is we call as a declared and okay. Let me explain that was okay. It just declare. Okay, declared. Okay, and there is another type data type. Okay, data type and variable name and equal to some value in the sense value. Okay, value. So this means uh, declared and assign the value, assign the value. So there are two syntax basically. So here first syntax I'll write a boolean. Boolean is a data type where variable is b, for example, and semicolon. Okay, and there is another way of declare b boolean. Okay, b1. Okay, and declare some true value. Okay, true value. So now, what is the result? Okay, what is the result? So for the first one, right? The first one is what is the default value? So if you are not assigned the value, okay, assign means after equal to. So after equal to there is a no value, right? So whenever you did not provided, okay, whenever we did not provided the value, so automatically Java compiler will provide a default value. Okay, default value of the data type. So what is the default value is false. Okay, but default value is false here. Similarly, data type variable equal to value. Okay, you already assigned the value. So which means boolean b1 equal to true. So this value is true. So this similar kind of syntax which will be applicable for all the data types. Okay, so you see a boolean b equal to nothing is assigned. So which means default value is, and also the size, right? Suppose size will have only true or false. Suppose if I declare, okay, if I declare apart from the range, okay, if I declare apart from the range, okay, apart from the range, so this will throw the error. Okay, throw the error. Why? See, in the range of value, okay, in the range of value section, the range is true or false, which means the Boolean type always will take true or false only. But we have provided that a hello. Hello is, does not have that. Okay, so it will throw the error. That's what here. Okay, clear, right? And yeah, next move on to the another one is byte. Okay, so we'll write some example, no problem, but we have to learn here. Okay, byte. Okay, so it is a 2 complement, 2 power 2 something like 2 power 8 something like. Okay, so here the default value is 0. Okay, default value is 0 and size is 8 bytes. Okay, and there is a no literal, it will not take a literal. Okay, so it is a, because it is a integer, right? It is a integer. Okay, it is a integer data type, and the range of the values minus 128, okay, to plus 127. So, so now we'll write some example here for this also. Okay. Now I am declaring the data type. So just I'm declaring the data type byte. Okay, byte b equal to, okay, byte b equal to, okay, declared. So what is mean by this one? So byte is a data type and b is a variable value. Nothing is declared. So whenever is nothing is declared, what is the default value? Zero. So you have to think that. Okay. And now I am declaring the value. Okay. So byte. Okay. Byte b. Sorry. B. Byte b1 equal to. Okay. And if I declare. Okay. If I assign the value of minus 10. Minus 10. Okay. So this will accept. Okay. And b byte b1 equal to, okay, b byte b1 equal to 100. Okay. And byte okay, byte b2, okay, b2 equal to, okay, byte b2 and b3. Okay, variable name should not be same. Now if I declare like plus 128, so this will throw the error. Okay, throw the error because it will not fit into that, because the range of the value byte can allocate or can store only 127 plus 127 and minus 128 only. So you understood, right? That example, real time example. So you can allocate a bike into a car parking area, but a car parking bike area car will not be fit. So something like it. Okay. So if you want the size, if you pass that, you will throw the error. So all the data types will be drive based on the size, which default size and default value and the range. Those can be acceptable. Other than that, it will throw the error. Okay. So and suppose there is a one more minus variable we can take, and minus equal to minus 129. So will it acceptable? No, right? It will also throw the error because it is not range. It is not in the range, right? So this is the what about a byte. Please remember the default values. Very very important default values. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on to the another one, a character. So character basically a Unicode character. So that means like AIC, like AIC, AC, ACI double I values will be like 0 to 25. So what does mean by? So if you provide any A value, B value, so the range will be there. Okay. And the default value is like a and slash U, four zeros. Okay. And the size of the characters, size of the character is 16 bytes. Okay. 16 bits. Sorry, 16 bits. And the character represent based on the these values. Okay. So suppose let's write a character. It is a very simple one only. So let me write the character. So char c equal to. So what is the default value is they have given. So slash u 0000. Okay. So you want to declare any value. C1 equal to like a single quotation you have to provide single quotes. So similarly. So this is the way it will be declared as a character. Okay. So next move on to our shard type. Okay. So what is a shard? Shard is a data type. Okay. And so default value is a 0 and 16 bytes. Okay. And the range. You see the range was sorry, range is increased here. So earlier byte is also a integer data type. Okay. Byte is also integer data type. Short is also integer data type. Int also integer data type. Long also integer data type. Okay, but how they classified, why they have classified means based on the range. So they have capability to store the range of the values. So far, if you want to use in your data type in your requirement in Java while writing a program, you have to think that okay, if you are declaring a value from short value, so you can the short value range would be this. Okay, So now let's write that. So short, right? What is the data type? Short is a data type. Okay, short is a data type, and s equal to. So what? So declaration, right? What is a nothing is assigned. Whenever nothing is assigned, so default value comes into picture. So what is the default value? Default value is zero. Okay. Suppose if I enter a short equal to s1 equal to short equal to like minus like 1000 or like 3000. It will be acceptable. Similarly, short S2 equal to like 10,000. Okay. So 10, 0, 3, 4. Okay. But 32,074. So suppose if I assigned or if I assign the value as 3 equal to, okay, 32,800. So will it acceptable? No, because this is a throw the error because it's out of the range. Okay, out of the range. Right. Okay. So similarly, you can treat like the length integer type. So I'm not explaining the integer type. You can think that. Okay. So it is also default value is a kind of zero and 32 bit. The size is increased here, and you can accept like the range minus two millions or 2 trillion something like. Okay. So X millions. Yeah, this is the range. Okay. So for long. So coming to long and the float and double, right? The float and double will accept decimal values. Okay. So you have any decimal values. So with decimal in the sense after the value there is a some dot. Okay. So this should be like used in the banking sector. So means most of the time like in paisas or rupees, right? So we can segregate by using the dot. So that kind of requirement we can use, and it also say the size is 32 bits and 64 bits. Okay, so it depends upon that, right? Yeah, and suppose you suppose you have a requirement and you don't know the what is the size, but generally you people will take in a normal layman way. So we used to take a int. Okay, int data type. So why? Int every time we have to write or we will take that int means int has a good number of range. So which means like this kind of range, right? So in that right, you can also declare small value. Suppose int a1 equal to 127. So, which means it is a kind of short range. Okay, it is a kind of short range, but we are storing into a int. Like car parking, we can fit into a bike in the something like so. But reverse way it will not possible. So that's what the main thing. Okay, so that is the thing, and yeah. So I hope you are clear about this. I think yeah. Let's move on to that. Yeah, strings and arrays I will cover later. All right. So let's write a one program for this one. Hmm. Yeah. So let me go to data types. Yeah, Boolean, right? Boolean B. So just to declare only, right? So that means default value will come. And similarly for character. So let me declare a value as well. So another B1 equal to true. Let me print this statement. This out. So B value Boolean default value. Okay, Boolean default. First, I'm printing a Boolean default value. Then after I will print that assigned value. Okay. So value boolean assigned value. Then you come to know. So B1. Okay. The first one is right. Nothing in slide. Okay. No problem. So let me run this one in the seventh line. Oh, one boolean is missing. And variable is not initialized. So what is the variable is not initialized means suppose false. There are two values only, right? True and false. So by default value will be true. Oh, sorry, by default value is a false and yeah. So this will make sense here to print. Okay. So by default value is a false and the assigned value is true. So this is the one. So similarly, we will write for other examples. Suppose if I take a short s equal to what is the default value? So let's see. And short s1 equal to some range like 120 within the range. Okay. So now let me print this one. So short default value, short assigned value, and it is a S1 and S and S1, right? So now let's see. I think in Java 8 plus it is asking initialization value. So in lower area, like downstream of Java stream Java, so it will not accept, but here it is asking a default value as well. Let me check this way. Why it is like that? Here SNS one, yeah. Okay, static. Yes. You see, I did not assign any value. Okay. So any value, but even though we are getting default value. So this is a very, very important. Okay. And also you can see there is a assigned value 120. Okay. So similarly, so what is the static? We will talk later, no problem. But I will, as of now, for this session, it is required this much only. And suppose if I allocate into integer value, so int a equal to, so int a equal to nothing is assigned, and int b equal to or a1 equal to. Let's set up a1 only, and suppose the range assigned. So suppose if I print these things,